time to free Jing King, rob General Sal blind, and send him up the river. I call it Operation Wedding Crasher. This will be a multi-pronged job, with 2 groups working simultaneously. I'm sure I don't need to stress the importance of the schedule to anyone. First, Sly, Penelope, and Murray will make their way past all the security in Sal's treasure temple, and then drop the goods off to me for loading into the van. Meanwhile, the Panda King and Guru will tunnel beneath the palace, creating an escape route for Jing King. Sly, you'll have to pull double duty, taking care of any topside security designed to detect subterranean assaults. Once you guys are done, I'll use my grapple cam to lure Inspector Foxy into the palace, where we'll try to get her to take Jing King's place. Then, with the girl and loot in hand, we run for it.
Alright, time for the operation, which does not actually have a boss battle because we did the boss battle at the halfway point. Interestingly enough, Operation Wedding Crasher. Of course it's called that. But yeah. That sounds good there, Mortis. Wah. Which again, I'm sorry to hear about that happening, but if it's something that you would like to vent about, we definitely have the open community within Discord. Crap! What the heck are you? Can I knock you off the edge, please? Goodbye. I thought somebody else started coming after me for a second. Whoops. So, hi. Can I have some coins? Can I maybe? Maybe a health thing if I'm lucky? I definitely would not mind one. Oh, I didn't get the stealth takedown. Dang it. Well. There we go, health thing. Now we're up to full health again. Nice, nice. Okay, so let's go up there. Oh, I did not suspect it. This really makes my camera go crazy, huh? Well, we're no longer at full health. So can I just go up through this way? Well, I won't be able to make it over there unless a ship comes through. Kind of like this. So we should be able to go that way then? Go up onto the top thing, please. Thank you. So yeah, we can get up here with the help of the boat. That's what we can do. Head on up. Almost make it up there, but the glider falls kind of fast. You have something sparkly. What's the sparkly thing you have? You have a medium diamond that flew above Sly's hand instead of into his hand. That is probably exactly as the developers intended. That was weird. That was very odd, wasn't it? You don't have anything shiny, so I won't bother, I guess. I mean...
Stop there! What's the temple password?
What's the temple password?
Here it is.
Apparently, it's this.
Day, sun, day, moon.
Sorry, just being careful.
Well, you know how it is. Large gold bar that he just has in his back pocket. Well. So yeah, just over here, looks like. Okay, neato.
I'm in green light position. Let's get a roll call.
Ready.
In position.
I'm pumped!
I too stand ready. Even if we fail, it will have been an honorable effort. Jing King is not forgotten.
All right, everyone. Let's go.
Penelope and Murray are relying on your second story work to be let in. They should be in position by the front door.
Oh no, this part. Also, I'm looking back at Jessie there. She's so relaxed and tired. Yeah, I'm talking about you. I don't know if you can see on the camera her eyes being open. Sorry, you just perk up a bit there. Oh, so relaxed. She loves that couch so much. Like, she's so comfortable there.
Opening the door for a lady. And some say chivalry is dead.
I try to show my proper respect. You guys gonna be okay in here? The security's tight.
Yeah, we're fine. You'll need to get moving if you're going to make your rendezvous with the Panda King and the Guru.
Always a slave to the schedule. That's me.
What's the plan?
According to the blueprints, there's a security computer on the far side of the room under the dragon statue. I should be able to destroy it with my RC car, provided I don't trip any of the blue security beams along the way.
Blue security beams? Oh man, this is tense.
All right, we have another RC car segment, everyone's favorites. So, oh, we have to not damage the blue security nodes yet. So we need to avoid all the wait, what happens if I break up? Yes, we can't break those. There's the thing, Bob. I got you there, Anima. I mean, something that there's now a doggo cam, indeed. So later on in the nights, as it gets later, my dog here, Jessie, comes down and joins us, but only when it's late. Like as the night is coming and she starts to get tired. There's always a doggo cam as long as it's late. Otherwise, she's upstairs and trying to play and stuff like that, or keeping a lookout outside. But once the night comes in and other people start going to bed, she comes down here and hangs out with me. Is what she does. And it's pretty cute. So she's probably asleep right now already. She adores that couch so much, and she's not usually a dog who like enjoys being on things like couches, but that couch in specific, she absolutely loves that thing. But yeah, also, and when it comes to workout stuff, back when quarantine first started, when I wasn't, you know, getting a whole lot of physical activity, something that I was debating about doing for a while was actually hosting like exercise sessions on Discord with anybody in the Discord server who wanted to like, you know, go into a voice call and have me like lead workout stuff, since I figured like I had enough experience from Taekwondo probably to lead that kind of thing. Like, I'm not an instructor there or anything, but I am someone where, like, if the instructor needs to go do something, like go take a phone call or something or meet somebody in the lobby, he'll oftentimes ask me, like, hey, can you just, like, lead class for a while? I'll be like, okay. So, like, it is something that I have led several times in the past, even if it's not as frequent as the actual instructors there. So for a while, I was debating about, like, actually hosting exercise sessions, like, on a weekly basis in the Discord server with anybody who wanted to, like, hop in and do that and stuff. But, you know, schedules are kind of tricky, and life is also busy, and the plan just kind of didn't really go through. I don't know if that's something that when I proposed the idea, like, a year ago, something like that, if that's something that there would have been, like, a massive ton of interest in, like, if there would have been a lot of turnout. But it would have been something interesting, though. But yeah, Hawk's going to sleep. Have fun with the thieving shenanigans. Will do. I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out, and I hope you have a good sleep and the rest of the night. You remember that? Remember me proposing that idea? Like, I don't know how it'd go, but it was an idea that I had. Look how big this RC car is when you compare it to stuff like that. Well, bam. Well,
That should do it. The laser door should be going away.
They must have another computer or something.
But there was only supposed to be one. The security nodes are still active. If that second computer fully boots up, there's no way we'll get in.
Penelope, I've been doing this a long time. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that when the plan gets messed up, always fall back on the golden rule.
Yeah? What's that?
Break stuff.
You're right. I can destroy all the security nodes before the other computer comes online. That laser door should deactivate.
Less talk and more breakery.
so now we need to actually take out all the nodes, and there's a time limit. So, you know, we needed to not hit the nodes before. Now we need to break every single one. And I swear, there's always one that I'm missing right at the end. That I'm always missing when I'm doing this freaking thing. Okay. It's fine so far. Oh, come on. Get it. There we go. Get that one. We'll just maybe do a formation like this, and then we can't possibly miss one, I hope. Oh, come on. Should be plenty of time. We're halfway there. The time is kind of blocked by the camera, but still most of the way there. Hello, Alucard. A game that you play as a teen. Oh, nice. Yeah, this was a childhood game of mine. Oh, where we've been playing one game in the trilogy every year. Wow. Up until this one. Whoa. Like, so 2 years ago, we played Sly 1 on the channel. Last year was Sly 2, and now is Sly 3. This time around. Gosh darn it, the final game in the trilogy. So I am looking forward to seeing this adventure through to the end. I adore this game. It's so good in so many ways that I played the PS3 one. Thank God, no.
Yes!
Wow, you're pretty good at breaking stuff. I can respect that.
Thanks, pal. Let's get that treasure.
Alrighty, time to race on in here and steal Sal's treasure as we make our way away. Whelp? Hi, big dragon.
Looks like a double lever trapdoor.
Oh, of course, we haven't seen these since episode 1.
Call it out. I'm ready.
Time to press it at the same time.
1, 2, 3. Again, on 3.
Aw, man.
1, 2, 3. Again, on
What?
3.
I am on 3.
1, 2, 3. Again.
What do
on
you
3.
mean? And yeah, I think that's the one that
2,
Alucard was talking about
3.
there.
Again, on 3.
Are you even pressing it?
1, 2, 3.
You
Again,
bitch!
on 3.
Is she bugged out?
1, 2, 3.
Well,
Again, on 3. 1,
Why is my controller
2,
turning me around?
3. Again, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, on 3.
You're not even pressing it! I have a lot of hours in the Sly trilogy. I've never seen this happen before.
1, 2, 3. Again, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
You're not
Again,
even pressing
on
it! Broke the game because you didn't like the PS3 one? The PS3 one is better off not existing. Can I restart from last checkpoint? What the heck? It's literally not working.
1, 2, 3.
Don't know why my controller's
Again,
turning me around
on
like
3.
towards the...
1,
Yeah, we
2,
might have to restart.
3. Again.
I
on
don't think
3.
there's a restart from last checkpoint. What the heck? The game literally bugged out? I've never seen this happen before. Oh my goodness. I have a lot of hours in the Sly trilogy, but that is a first. That right there is absolutely a first. Why did that happen? She just wasn't pressing the button. So I presume it was like no fault of my own. Like I was pressing the button at the right time. It wasn't a mistimed thing. That's the first time you've ever seen that? It's just that she wasn't pressing it. Again. 1, 2, 3. What the heck? But yeah, anyway, we've had this discussion earlier on this playthrough anyway, but essentially Sly goes through a character arc across the entire trilogy, but mostly through the third and final game. And at the beginning of the PS3 one, they just completely undo that arc. Like, yep, it basically didn't happen. And now he's just like a scumbag who didn't go through any of that character development that he had in any of the other games. It's like the freaking story writers of the one on the PS3 had no idea what any of the other Sly games were. Murray goes through the exact same character arc that he did across the trilogy and mostly in Sly 3. So he goes through character development in the exact same way that he already had, just repeated over, except in a worse way. For whatever reason, I don't know why they did that. And they also make Penelope into a villain in that game for a motivation that doesn't even make sense. Like, the team that they got working on that, Cesaro Games, is not the team that works on these first 3. They're not really connected. The Sly was just kind of like, yeah, let's let's have Sony give it to these guys and they can try making a game. And I've never played it, but from what I hear, apparently the gameplay of that game is like some of the best in the series.
All right, everyone.
But man, the
Let's go.
story writing, it undid so many things. It redid so many things in a worse way. And it did things that didn't even make any sense, like what they did with Penelope. And Sly 3 was meant to be the finale of the entire series. Like, Sucker Punch figured this would be the final Sly game that they're developing. And they wrote it with an ending in such a way that's like, okay, yes, this is the ending for the characters. There's no realistic way in which the story here continues. And then Cesaro Game is just like, yeah, let's just undo Sly's character development for the sake of having another story. I can explain that in more detail once this game is beaten. I can't really do it in too much detail without, like, spoiling what happens in this game. But Sly's story does end in such a way where it's like, okay, yeah, this is the end of his story. It's not continuing from there. He's
proper respect.
He's found his place in life and what he wants to settle with, and yada yada. And then the beginning of Sly 4 is just like, you know what? He decided he changed his mind. That entire character arc he went through in Sly 3, yeah, he just changed his mind about that. It just didn't happen, essentially.
What's the plan?
So, screw that game. We're never playing that on this channel. Like, I've talked about how potentially this May, all the crazy Mad Lads of the stream may be able to request a game playthrough from me. I'm gonna have restrictions on what games can be requested. Well, not restrictions on what games can be requested. I should just say there's gonna be bans on certain games, like certain games can't be requested. Sly 4 will be one of them. Nobody is ever allowed to request me to play Sly 4. Screw that. Oh yeah, I need to not destroy the nodes yet. That's one that people are not allowed to request me to do. Along with, like, any things that are banned on Twitch. And, like, other things that I'll think of. But Sly 4 is right there at the list of, like, things that nobody is ever allowed to request me to do during times that I let people choose my games. Not happening. Absolutely not. And wait, what happened to Jing King? That was the Panda King's daughter who was abducted by our antagonist here, Sao, who we're rescuing from a forced marriage for this episode and such. Meaning, yeah, the new ones have better graphics, but the story is completely different. Like, I wouldn't mind them continuing the story, but they did it in such a way that it just, like, undid the story work of, like, the previous games and throws it under the bus. It's like, really? All that, like, storytelling up to this point, you're just gonna undo that by having Sly be like, yeah, that character arc I went through? Nah, I changed my mind. No way. And I mean, Sly 4 also ends with a cliffhanger because the developers of that thought that it would be popular enough and they'd make a DLC where the story is, like, you know, properly wrapped up and such. You should never design a plot in such a way where you don't get the final true ending of the game unless you buy the DLC. Like, you should never do that. Like, that's such a bad idea. And apparently the game, like, wasn't popular enough or they didn't have enough funding or something. And they never made the DLC that they were planning on doing to, like, alleviate the cliffhanger at the end of the game and actually end the story. So it just ends with that, and that's been the most recent Sly game. So, like, that game would have been better off not existing in so many ways. And yeah, Sao is the prideful rooster antagonist of this. Dialogue sound like she died or something. I mean, I am also talking over it and stuff here because we saw it before the game bugged out and stuff. And I don't think I like the graphics of the fourth one. Like,
there's no way we'll get in.
Like, this kind of art style is like, when you go for cartoony like this, then it's gonna age well. Like, it's not like it's full HD or anything like that. And we're looking at it in 360p. But because they went for a cartoony art style, it aged well. You can look at something like this and it can still be, like, satisfying to look at. When you go for a realistic art style in a game, it'll age poorly. If you go for a cartoony art style, it can age well. And such. So I'm glad that they went for cartoony here. Meanwhile, in Sly 4, they, I don't know about the art in that. Definitely, it still has, like, an aspect of cartooniness, and I don't really like the look of some of the characters. I think my least favorite is Carmelita in those. Man, does she look awful. And that. What if you give it a try? No way, Jose. my plan with this series of covering all 3 games is to have like that complete trilogy of an experience, especially since 3 was meant to be the finale of the series and the end of the story. And we'll see once we end off this game that's like, okay, yeah, this is the end of all the characters' stories. They've all gone through their character arcs and they now have like the end of their stories, essentially. This game is meant to be the finale to all that. Whereas Sly 4 just like redoes everything in worse ways. Like the main villain of that game, I don't care about spoiling things with that game. The motivation of the main villain of Sly 4 is that he was jealous of the Cooper line and wanted to prove that they were nothing without their, like, canes and with their book and yada yada. Which is the exact same thing that Sly 1 already did with Clockwork, except much worse in Sly 4. Like, in Sly 1 and 2, you have this crazy freaking mechanical owl that gave me nightmares as a kid. That was like a being that was kept alive and immortal off of a steady diet of jealousy and hate for the Cooper line, who wanted to completely wipe out the entire family line and had been watching over them for centuries, plotting how he was gonna do that. And it's like dark and creepy and stuff, how he, you know, gave up his physical body to pursue a machine form so he could become immortal and pursue this goal. And Sly 1 and especially 2 get really dark around this theme. And then Sly 4 just has a generic villain who's like, oh, I'm a skunk guy who got, like, jealous of you guys, so I'm just gonna do that. Like, it's night and day in telling the exact same villain motivation. It's, like, the laziest freaking thing I've ever seen in my life in writing motivation for a villain. Since they just took a motivation that had already been done in the series, except did it at, like, 1/10 of the level. Not even a 10th. Of the level that the series had done before. Like, the entire storytelling of that game is like the laziest excuse of a story I've ever seen in my life, probably. Is the thing. But yeah, already told you what your requested base, so no worries, no Sly 4. You don't have to worry about that then. Like, part of me, when doing this series, was debating about never even bringing up the topic of Sly 4 just in case. Like, anybody tuning in didn't know about it, and then they wouldn't have to go through the hell that is knowing about it, and stuff like that. But yeah, and hello as well, Cario. Sly 4 is greater than trailer for Sly movie that never came out. I mean, it was just are you saying that it was before, or are you saying, like, with the greater than side that it was better than? Because that movie it became canceled, and it was going to be replaced by a TV show, and then the TV show got canceled as well, and who knows what the plan with that is. There might be no plan anymore at all. I have no idea. But it was going to be a movie, then they canceled that. Then they decided a TV show, then they canceled that. And now everything's just in development hell and stuff. Hold on. Yeah, I dug through some boxes and found your PS3 collection in 1 disc. And I've never played the collection, but I've heard from everybody that has played the collection that the originals are better anyway. And this is another topic that we talked about earlier this playthrough. Oh, we saw this cutscene before anyway, so I don't have to feel bad about interrupting it. Yeah, I'll agree with Anima there. Like, from what I hear, I've heard that the gameplay is some of the best in the entire series, and like a really smooth and fun experience, and such. Which is like really cool, and it makes it seem like the developers who were working on like programming the game and making the gameplay had clearly played the series and had a lot of passion for it and like really fleshing it out. I hear that the gameplay is really good. But the storytelling is the freaking laziest excuse of a story I've seen since freaking Roller Coaster Tycoon 3D on the 3DS. And that's saying something.
I'm ready.
On my 3.
I don't know why it keeps turning around Murray. Is this a glitch with my controller or the game?
3. Again, on 3.
Is my disc bugged? Like, my disc is hella scratched up.
1, 2, 3. Again, on 3. One, 2, 3.
You bitch!
Again, on 3.
What the hell?
1, 2, 3.
I don't know if this is the game bugging Murray out there and turning around, or my controller, my wireless controller. I don't know if that have anything to do with it.
Again, on.
Congratulations, you soft-locked yourself. What the heck? I'm turning off this controller. I'm going with the wired one. That's what I'm doing. My PS2 sits on top of my desktop there. Here's my little receiver that I plug into the controller. So we're going wired. We're going wired. We're going old school. Real old school. Oh, don't get wrapped up in my headphones. Oh, that's been wrapped up for a good while. You can tell when the cable looks like that when you unwrap it. That's been wrapped up for a long, long time. Alright, let's plug this into player slot 1. Alright. We just need to wait for this to boot up. It's a little bit finicky and such. Sometimes it doesn't always boot up because it's like really old and stuff. And, you know, this was one of the actual controllers I used back then. I had 2 controllers back then of when I used my PS2 all the time. The main one I used died. This used to be the player 2 controller, and it's not turning on. Ah! I'll unplug it and plug it back in again. Maybe give it a blow to the thingamabob. Plug it in. Come on. Oh, my PS2 is so dusty. Is it not turning on? Oh, no. But yeah, you're looking at the PS3 version of Sly 1 to 3. It looks good. It looks very clean. Yes, still here, but you were looking it up. But they didn't actually change any of the models or textures. They just increased the number of pixels and made it 16:9. Like, almost as lazy as Super Mario All-Stars or whatever the heck, 3D All-Stars. Like, all the 4:3 effects, like the menus like this, stayed 4:3. They didn't even bother to change all the 4:3 effects to 16:9 when they changed the game itself to 16:9. So anytime like a display, like a menu comes up or the Binoki comms or like a mission complete, it takes up a 4:3 square and you still see the edges of the real world behind. And there's also some cutscenes in the HD collection where characters will go off screen, like off of what would be off screen in a 4:3 but what isn't in 16:9, and then freeze in place because in a 4:3 they're off screen, so you don't have to like keep showing things anymore. But in the HD like trilogy collection, whatever the heck, they go off of what would be a 4:3 but are still on screen on a 16:9 and just stop moving as the characters talk about how the thing is still moving. So the thing is like such an unpolished mess of just laziness, of literally just taking the originals, putting them in 16:9, increasing the number of pixels, and that's it. That's all they did. I don't think this controller works is a thing. Blow on it like a Nintendo cartridge. Hello, Super Hyper. This is Sly 3 here. I could blow on like the actual part that I plug in on my PS2. I'd have to get under my desk though, is a thing to do that, because what the heck? Oh man. Is my controller turning on? Oh, it turned on! We got the red light! Oh, my controller's on! Yo, all it took was some blowing! Oh man. Let's see here. Our PS1 and PS2 controllers work flawlessly, but your PS4 and Xbox One controllers have either bumpers messed up or drifts on the pad and 6-4 off like a dog bit on them. Well, again, they make things like they did before. It makes it buy more. Yeah, that can be true. So, this controller, I've technically had it since... This game came out in 2005, so I've probably had this since at least like 2003, 2004, maybe. Probably around 2004 if I had to guess. Look, the red light is on. It's working. Look, we can play now. Okay, we're trying wired.
3.
Alright, here's my old controller. Oh, it's so weird using this.
1, 2, 3. Again, on 3.
Okay, it's not the controller. No.
1, 2, 3.
You?
Again, on 3.
She's not pressing the button.
1, 2, 3.
You bitch.
Again, on 3.
You bitch. What the heck? I know the disc is really scratched up. I haven't cleaned a disc in a very long time. Is there a good way to clean a disc, maybe? And sounds like what happened to Dark Souls Remastered. It was a superior version, but the company kept the remastering to a bare minimum. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Again, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
My disc is very scratched. I mean, it's gotten a lot of use over the years. Like, here's my disc and such. I don't know if you'd be able to see the scratches on the camera. You can see my laptop screen and such. You probably can't see the scratches just from like the reflectivity of the light. Yeah, you probably can't see the scratches. But this thing is like very, very scratched up. I can try showing it one more time, but like, you probably can't see the scratches. Oh, maybe you can if I go full screen on my camera. Hold on. If I do this, would you then maybe be able to see the scratches on this thing? Maybe, if it focuses in? Maybe? Oh, there you go. Yeah. You can sort of see it. It doesn't actually look as bad on the camera as it does in real life. I promise this looks way more scratched up here. It actually looks not half bad on the camera. There's way more scratches on it, like here. Like the camera looked like it picked up maybe a third of the scratches, or maybe a fourth, something like that. Let's go back to here. But yeah. I know that I used to like wipe them on my shirt when something went wrong. Is that a good idea? I doubt there's any disc cleaner around this household because we haven't had to use disc cleaner for years. You know? I mean, I can try with like my shirt or something. I know that that's risky and can like scratch it more and such. I know it's what I used to do back in the day, but like, where can I get disc cleaner? I think it will destroy the disc even more, probably. But like, what do I do? What the heck? I really hope I don't just have to like pick it up on an emulator and, you know, catch up to myself where we are here and then do like the last couple episodes on emulator or something. I mean, maybe use your hot breath and use it on the shirt. Works for you? Maybe? Like blow on the disc a bit and then rub it, baby? Maybe? This is what it's come down to? Screw it. Well, sure. Let's try wiping it a bit and such. Maybe. I see like a big smudge in one place. Is that anything that I can get off there? This one smudge? I worry about damaging it more. Ah! Well, I'm wiping the disc. I don't know if my camera will pick it up, but there's like this one dot that should be just around the top there. Can't show it? Oh, there it is. Look at that. That one dot. Like what? Not what? That one dot. What is that? And can I get it off? Like, oh no. Oh no. Oh noes. What if we just look up a no commentary playthrough for this final bit and then just like react to it and pretend that I'm playing? If we can't get this going. And then, as a kid you used Windex? Maybe. I might have something like that in the other room. This is what it's come to. I can't believe this. I was not kidding when I said I had some in the other room. Don't do that. I'm gonna freaking Google it. That's the power of the interwebs. You want to know something, you look it up. Hold on. I'm gonna look it up here. Windex clean discs? Is that a thing? Don't be a mainstream oh, for the emulator is what you're saying. I thought you meant to like the Windex. Do not use solvents such as benzene, window cleaner, paint thinner, anti-static aerosol spray, or abrasive cleaners to clean your disc. How to clean a game disc Nintendo support. I mean... Hold on, how about we just restart the console completely? Real quick, and put the disc back in, and see if that changes anything. Like, instead of just restarting the mission itself, what if we restart the thing completely? Oh, no further than reacting. Gotcha. But I mean, if I needed to use an emulator to catch up to, like, where we are in the thing, back had to clip that. Clip what? My disc? Hold on. Now I'll put the disc in. Now close the lid on my dusty PS2 and turn it on. Hold on a hot second here. We'll try after restarting the console to see if it changes anything. I'm really worried now. I've never seen this glitch happen before. I hope it's just a game glitch that like restarting the console would fix and not like an issue with the disc. Because, you know, that would really suck. Oh, the Nintendo blow is what you clipped. Gotcha. You know, I've had a lot of technical difficulties over the just over 3 years that I've been doing this channel now. But this is a first. This is actually straight up a first for me. Also, I'm surprised this controller still works. After doing the freaking Nintendo blow, we got it working. Oh my goodness, the buttons definitely get pressed in farther. The center rubber ones. My goodness. But yeah, my main controller that I used all the time does not work anymore. The main controller I used back then as the Player 2 controller still works sometimes when we do that, I guess. And then there's this thing, the wireless one that I only ordered like a couple of years ago just for the sake of playing Sly on this channel and just like to have around for my PS2 and such. But I guess we're using the wired one now, my actual wired controller. Oh, it's weird. Oh, it's weird. Vinegar and a microfiber cloth? If we get that same glitch, I'm gonna freaking start resorting to drastic means like that. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. Like, we have noticed some glitchiness here that would not normally happen. Usually just little graphical things, usually in like the menus and stuff. Like, I don't think anything would happen in like this menu. Yeah, but on like the episode select thing, we have noticed things not quite showing up properly. I can pickpocket Carmelita. Sweet. Sweet, thanks. But yeah, that's those little graphical glitches that we get on like the episode select menu. I don't think like those are probably a disc scratched up kind of thing, maybe, and age and stuff. But the whole freaking Penelope not pressing a button? Would that be a disc scratch thing? Like the game can't properly read the thing where it's like, oh, Penelope presses this button in this moment. Like, is there a certain bit of data on the disc that says Penelope needs to press this button like here that is just perfectly scratched out or something like that? Like that specific command for that moment is just like not readable on the disc or something? Like, what's going on here? Medium nugget. Well, because if my freaking, you know, copy of Sly 3 here is screwed over, I'd be so sad. Also, the website you're looking at says Windex is safe, and as a kid it worked just like blowing on the cartridge when they said it didn't work. Maybe it was specifically for the Nintendo discs because the thing that I looked at said Nintendo support? Maybe? Like, I did grab it from another room over there. I now have a thing of Windex right here that we could technically use. Like, apart from the graphics on the episode select, everything else seems to work pretty much fine. So, like,
all right, everyone.
I'm very concerned. And we never had any problems like this during Sly 1 or 2. Like, I guess Sly 3 is the one that I played the most. So it's gotten, like, the most use, and I was a bit more rough with my discs back then as a kiddo. Like, I wasn't as careful. So, was pretty rough with them. It's a miracle that my PS2 and discs here are working to stream this right now at all, honestly. But there's no way that freaking Penelope not being able to press the button is because of, like, a specific scratch on a disc in such a specific place. Like, surely, no way.
Security's tight.
Yeah, we're fine. You'll need to get moving if you're going to make your rendezvous with the Panda King and the Guru.
I don't understand.
Always a slave to the schedule. That's me.
I'm so confused. Now, if a disc has a deep scratch or a dent, it could, in theory, make that part skip. I guess it's not impossible, but like, what are the odds?
I should be able to destroy it with my RC car, provided I don't trip any of the blue security beams along the way.
Like a scratch in such a specific place?
Oh man, this is tense.
Right on the data, where it says Penelope presses a button right here, and it just doesn't read that properly? Like, what is my luck if that's the case? And like, the only glitches that we've had here that wouldn't have been in the original is just like the, you know, menus bugging out and stuff. But odds of it are actually being on that spot are super minimum. Yeah, so I mean, it's not impossible, but like, Sure, I hope that restarting the console will just be the answer, and then it'll like flush the system of like whatever strange combination of things that I did that made Penelope not press the button. Or maybe it is like the story of Sly 4 wants us to believe, and she is actually evil after all. I don't know how that got me. I don't know what hitboxes are. But yeah, it still had to fix itself if it's been wait, what? Yeah, let's hope that it fixes that. She doesn't do the yeah, she just doesn't do the animation of pressing the button. You know, it's funny. You would think that with the double button presses that happen a few times in this game, you would think that all it would be based on is, does the player press it in time? Like, does the player press the button within this time span? So we've just learned something very interesting about the coding of this game. It's not about the player pressing it in this time span. Both the player and the AI actually need to press their buttons at the same time, which you could just have them like press the button at the right time, which they would always do naturally anyway, and then have that button press not matter and not like be programmed in to be like a requirement or anything. Just have the player's button press be programmed in as a requirement. Like the AI's one is not needed since they'll always press it at the right time anyway. So that's very interesting how it turns out that this game is programmed in such a way that it actually does rely on both buttons being pressed at the same time instead of just the players. Like, why would it be programmed in that way? Like, I guess you would think that there would be no reason for it not to be, but that just sounds like more programming work than it needs to be, you know? One thing you never did that the internet says is rub toothpaste and rub it in a circular motion from the inside out. As a YouTube video on how to fix the scratch PS2 disc. I mean, we could look at some YouTube stuff, maybe. We'll see. Moment of truth. We shall see here. I mean,
I've been doing this a long time.
I don't think I don't know if I'd resort to rubbing toothpaste. I don't know.
Yeah?
I mean,
What's that?
Break stuff.
I mean,
If I can destroy all the security nodes before
yeah,
the
let's
other
destroy the
computer
security
comes
nodes.
online, that laser door should be
If she
active.
doesn't press this button,
Let's
let's just start our Discord. Gotcha, Mortis.
I don't have much time.
Okay. Whoops, dang it. Pressing the wrong buttons here. The controller switch is messing with my head even though the buttons are all in the exact same places. The controller feels very different in my hands. My head is getting messed with, that's my excuse for something. Boop. Thank goodness there's a little bit of auto aim on this thing. Boop. Boop. And thank goodness the timer here is long. I think I failed this a couple times as a kid though. I think I have. Oop. Whoa. So we can see the blue over here. There's 5 left. Boop. Boop. And there's 2 left, so where were the last one? Okay, it's just right there. Okay, come on, please. Please.
Yes!
Please, oh please.
Wow.
We really need this to work.
I can respect that.
Please
Well,
just say that
Let's get that treasure.
restarting the console will have fixed it. Because I swear, my copy of Sly 3 is screwed. I don't think I destroyed all of these, but I guess when you come in here, they're all just like in the automatically in the destroyed position.
Looks like a double lever trapdoor.
Come on. Come on.
Call it out. I'm ready.
On my 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
You
Again,
bitch!
on 3. One, 2, 3. Again, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Dragons?
Wait! Spamming it worked! Or wait, was that pressing it at the wrong time? Wait. I really hope I didn't ruin the
Okay,
disc.
let's try it again.
Oh, I thought that was progress for a sec. What happens if I press it late, like
1,
purposefully?
2, 3.
Late,
Again,
like that.
on 3.
I thought that was a thing.
1,
Hold on.
2, 3.
What?
Yes, we're in.
What do you see? Is
What?
it awesome?
There's plenty of loot.
Hold on.
Rotted out. Totally
Hold the
unstable.
phone.
Hey, Murphy.
What?
Sal's on his way to your
Is
position.
that timing?
How'd you come in with the treasure?
We're doing awesome. Stand aside, Penelope. Cannonball!
No, wait!
Uh-oh.
I'm genuinely mad. So you just need to be frame perfect, but I was never frame perfect while actually trying to time it up. And the real timing was something that I just randomly got by spamming the circle button instead of actually trying to time it up.
Always
So
a slave to
so
the
it's not
schedule.
on 3.
That's
It's a
me.
lie. I don't know what exact timing that was.
The Guru are in position beneath the palace.
But
Once you're inside,
So-
they'll start blasting.
yeah, I remember I was better at slide through. I don't remember ever having that problem, but what the heck? Maybe it is bugged because of a scratch on the disc, but like, that was not on 3. That was on something close-ish to 3. Maybe my disc was scratched in such a way that the dialogue played at of the 1, 2, 3 played at slightly the wrong time? Because I just spammed circle, and then it worked. Whereas when I tried to do it on 3, it didn't do anything. So maybe I have a new theory. I have a new theory now. It's not that the disc is scratched in such a way that, you know, she doesn't press the button. It's a 3.5. I would bet you that the disc is scratched in such a way that Penelope's voice line does not play at the exact right time for it to be on 3. It's gotta be. I don't remember having that problem ever. It really is the weirdest in the trilogy. I guess so. I am so confused
well
on
do it
so
with
many
style.
levels. Here's the calling card. I have never been this flabbergasted by playing Sly games before. What in the hot, crispy Kentucky Fried Frick did I just experience?
Okay, guys, I'm here topside.
The bases around you are used in an ancient Chinese security technique to detect subterranean thieves.
Of course it is.
Our tunneling to free Jing King
too
will shake the
flabbergasted.
palace.
I get you. If any of the vases tip over, it'll trip an alarm.
Correct. Don't allow them to fall. I am putting my trust in you, Sly Cooper.
We'll get Jing King. I promise. The Guru's right. Let's get this show on the road.
I can't even focus on the stuff that's happening anymore. Anyway, we have to prevent these vases from falling over. But, which we do that with. And we can just hold run at all times, but I'm just so flabbergasted. Like, what? I have no words for the situation that we just experienced. This is, oh, come on. I remember having trouble with this in the past. This I remember having trouble with. But like, is my disc just scratched in such a way that like the dialogue plays at the slightly wrong time? Or is that just the way it's always been and I just never noticed it as like a kiddo? That like, it is not on 3. It probably is on like 3.5 or something. Because I swear I was timing it like so perfectly on 3. I could have sworn. Oh yeah, maybe I'm now realizing that maybe, whoops. Maybe I should turn off Doki Cam temporarily because, you know, you can see the camera for like them over there. Wait, what happens if I... Wait, my dialogue is screwed up in general. Wait, listen to this. Listen to this. Hold on. My audio is desynced. How did that happen? My audio is desynced. I break it, and then you hear the smashing sound a second later. Wait. The audio is desynced. How? Wait, what? Yeah, there's 1 to 2 seconds delay. That's what the problem was. That's why it wasn't on 3. It wasn't a disc issue. So, okay. We've narrowed down the issue. It's either a problem with the cables, like coming from the PS2, the AV input, or it's a problem with the adapter that's underneath my computer that takes the AV and changes it to HDMI, or it's an issue with my capture card here that is actually doing that. My little AV converter has a 1080p option and a 720p. It's on 1080p right now. So if I switch it to 720p, and then we switch it back to 1080p, and test this out. So we've switched, yeah, it says 1080p there now on the top right. We fixed it! What? The audio was out of sync this entire time, and we couldn't tell in like the cutscenes because the mouths just go hub bump 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 anyway. It's not like the mouths like would move like with exactly everything they're saying like a modern game. The mouths just kind of flap, and then you hear the dialogue. So we couldn't even tell that the audio was out of sync in like the cutscenes. Damn you, audio sync man, think you were soft locked. So we almost had a soft lock situation. Just because the adapter was being funny with the audio? What? We live in a society.
Success. We're directly beneath the royal chamber, just a few inches from Jing King.
Hear that, Bentley? You're up.
And with the way the mouths move in the cutscenes, if the audio's a couple seconds behind, you're not gonna be able to tell unless you're looking really closely. So I only realized after I was like, wait, can I smash the vases? And then noticed the audio was out of sync. It's just because I was like, oh, can we smash the vases that we found out the answer.
Front of the palace. I left her a calling card and I'm sure she'll see it and come inside. Then it's time for a little subterfuge. Oh, and keep your position on the stilt platform. You're on point for the treasure drop.
So it had nothing to do with the AI being like, oh, I need to press the button at the same time as well. It is purely based on the player. So in a situation like that, where the devs just assume that you can't see Penelope anyway, she just doesn't hit the button at all. And I guess that's just a normal game thing. Here I thought the game was bugged because she wasn't pressing the button, which she wasn't. But really, it was my freaking adapter trying to time it on 3 when the game thought I was never actually timing it on 3. So that's the explanation of why randomly mashing, don't you dare, why randomly mashing the button to press it worked out. What a situation! What are you smashing over here? I don't have the words for the situation we just experienced. You know? Okay.
Over here!
Boop.
Hey, Fatty!
So you're gonna come after this guard now, right? Yeah. I wonder how long the audio has been out of sync without
Come over to this
anybody realizing. Like,
Follow the sound of my
like,
voice.
like I had no idea. I don't know if anybody on the stream noticed. I doubt it. It probably would have been brought up if that was the case.
Yo, mama.
All right, yo, mama. I had no idea. Yeah, so you didn't notice. Oh, we can smack them with the grappling thingamabob.
I'm yelling at you.
Yeah, I don't think anybody noticed. Yeah, it's hard to tell in this kind of a game. Whoa. Like, because again, in the cutscenes, the mouths just go like bop, 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 so you're not really gonna be able to tell. I wonder how long it's been out of sync without, you know, anybody being able to tell. I normally notice these issues. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that I'd normally notice as well. But it's hard to tell in this kind of game. I wonder how long it's been out of sync. Yeah, it could have just been normal PS2 stuff, but it was an adapter thing.
Ugh. These guys have to brag even when they're running away.
So it's in sync now, but it could have potentially been out of sync for this entire session without us realizing? I'm so confused.
Oh, Father, you have rescued me from General Sao. I was beyond hoping for such a thing.
Yes, my daughter. You are safe.
Heads up, Sly. You've got company.
Okay, Bentley, Secret Plan Alpha is underway. You know the one where I disguise myself as General Sal and steal the veiled bride during the wedding ceremony? Yeah, make sure the whole gang's there. Okay, I'm headed to the rendezvous now. Over and out.
Sly Cooper and his secret plans. Who's this veiled bride he's so interested in anyways? Well, he's not the only one who can play the disguise game. I'll give him and his gang a shotgun wedding they'll never forget.
What strange rumbling have disturbed my meditation, and on the very eve of my wedding? Do not worry, my bride. I will not let anything prevent our love from blossoming, not even your misguided attempts to escape. Ah well, perhaps my meditation will be more focused amid the splendor of my treasure temple.
Carmelita took the bait. Where are you guys at with Jing King?
We're in the van, waiting for the treasure and escape.
Hey, Murray. Sal's on his way to your position. How you coming with the treasure?
We're doing awesome! Stand aside, Penelope! Cannonball!
No, wait!
Uh-oh.
Okay, guys, parachute down the treasure to me. I'm ready.
You gotta love the dramatic slow-mo, but it didn't slow down his dialogue. They probably just asked the voice actor for Bentley to say Murray slowly and dramatically. Oh, what a game. Murray!
My family temple destroyed! Never have I suffered such an outrage! You shall pay!
Eat it, Sal! I broke your temple, and I'll break your face for messing with the Cooper gang!
You cannot hurt me!
Oh yeah? Heads up, Bentley! Treasure chest coming down!
The outrage! Stone Dragon of the Temple, I summon you from rock to flesh! Aid the family Tao in this hour of need!
This game gets weird. Hi, I'm a derpy dragon.
Shortcake!
No! Let go of me!
Haha! The Tao line is master in this place. Hear me, Sly Cooper! My lineage surpasses yours in every way!
It's not about the family name, pal. It's what you do with it.
I never realized as a kid how derpy the dragon looks. Okay, well, this is life now. This game, yeah, I would definitely say is the strangest game in the whole series.
We'll let go.
Slide 2 is the darkest game in the whole series. Slide 3 is the weirdest game in the whole series. Hi! Oh, what? No, crap. I need to not get hit with his freaking fiery tongue. I tried to jump and it did the... It's weird. It's strange. Oh. I'm going to die here, aren't I? I'm going to completely mess up. Can I get up here? Imagine, though. Well, do you have health things, maybe? No. Of course, no such luck. I mean, you'll jump up here, right? Crap. Health thing? Well, that might not be a bad idea. There we go. A little bit safer. Not enough of a fall to instantly kill. Shame. Oh, that was enough of a fall to instantly kill somehow, though. Well, at least they're not one-shottable now, so I mean... Yes, this is how fireworks work. Absolutely. Sounds about right. Whoa, how about you don't? Whoa. And then we smackaroo. Wow, my double jump sent me nowhere. What the heck? Wow, my double jump is just barely getting above. Okay, that time it seemed to work as intended. My double jump is being very weird. Like, I'm going nowhere with it. Like, that's gotta be a bug or something. Like, it probably has to do with the fact that, like, the dragon is moving while you're still on it. That probably screws with the game. Because I know that, like, programming two things to move together in just the way that you need is a little bit of a tricky order in a lot of video games. Maybe I shouldn't double jump then, and I should jump back instead. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, how about you don't? Maybe I'll jump back instead then? Whoa. Yeah, I already start going back a little bit anyway. He was supposed to turn over? There we go. Oh, if I could have stayed on him as he turned over. Man, that would have been such a high skill gaming moment. That would have been so cool. Whatever. Well, we're going back up again. Okay, haven't taken damage. I love how we can swing back and forth while we go up. Okay, boopity bop. Don't you tip. Whoa! Just narrowly avoided that. Whoa! My goodness. But yeah, Hawks, now you're going to bed for reals. Alrighty. Well, I hope you have a good sleep, Hawks. Dream about this derpy dragon. What the? It's so weird. It's so weird. Up we go again. We're just gonna swing back and forth a little bit. This game gets weird. This game gets so weird. I love it. My oh my. Alright, let's smack your derpy face here. I swear I'm hitting double jump and sometimes he does the aerial strike. I promise I'm not pressing the square button during that. Maybe it just has like a crazy input buffer, like Smash Ultimate almost. Whoa. Well, I mean, we're making progress on his health. Slow and steady wins the race is basically the name of this mission. After we wound up having this mission take way longer than it should have because of an audio desync issue. Oh yeah, of course you will. After I get 2 hits, sure. I guess that's just like the next I guess it's not after you do so much damage he flips you off at once. It's just once his health reaches a certain amount that he flips you off. That's irksome. You'd think that it would be after you do so much damage to him in like one fell swoop on like one landing on him that he'd flip you off. That came out wrong, but you know what I mean. Maybe I should flip back just to be a little bit safer. There! Look at that.
Feel like making an exit?
My hero.
Look how derpy it looks. I love how it froze in midair until then.
Cooper. You might have stolen my treasure and thwarted my dragon, but I still have the bride. Jing King is mine.
So cinematic. Don't know what happens to the dragon. Just goes and chills out somewhere, I guess.
Jump in quick, and we're out of here.
Don't know how that derpy van fits all of them. It's bigger on the inside.
General Tsao had his wedding right on schedule. Everything was as he'd arranged, except the bride came as kind of a shock. Carmelita was a little disappointed it wasn't me she busted at the altar, although I doubt she minded taking Tsao into custody. He did, after all, plague the streets with the undead. From what I hear, the locals were happy to see him go. We dropped off Jing King with her aunt. The Panda King insisted that she be safe there and that he needed to pay off his debt to the gang. I was still wary, but there was no denying that his skills would come in handy. Needless to say, we lived it up in the back streets of Shanghai. What kind of gang of thieves would we be if we passed up on recreation like that?
Alright, so I can't believe we had that final operation take like probably 3 times longer than it should have due to an audio desync issue of pressing on 3. I can't believe this. I can't believe it was an adapter thing. I could have sworn it must have been like some scratch on the disc or some glitch or something like that where she wasn't pressing the button on 3. But no, it was a freaking audio desync. I can't believe it. Well, anyway, we have another team member. There's only 2 episodes left in this game, which we're probably going to wind up doing tomorrow. So there's one more to get one more teammate, and then the final episode is like right back to how like we started out this story with the beginning of the end, back to raiding the Cooper Vault and such. So we're almost done with this story. We're getting there. One final ally to go. And remember how I said that with this being the final game in the trilogy, the developers were like, okay, let's do a bunch of things that like we really wanted to, that we know that we're not gonna get the chance to do again, that we'd like really want to do. So Dead Men Tell No Tales might give you an idea of what kind of a themed area this is, along with a background like that. In a Sly game, there's literally a pirate area, which we're gonna be saving for next time to recruit our final ally, who, like, I mean, it'll be revealed who the final ally is right at the beginning of the next episode, since, you know, the beginning of each episode describes, oh, you're trying to recruit X person, and then you actually do the episode for them. So I guess it's not too much of a spoiler to say that the final character that we recruit is thankfully the one and only Dimitri. So that's something very much to look forward to next time for our final team member to recruit in the pirate area of all things in episode 5, Best Boy. Yes, so we can look forward to that for next time. But for now, I think we may change things up to some Pokemon Platinum is what we may do, since I was planning on doing some of that tonight. And then finally tomorrow, the end of the weekend of this whole Sly event, we'll finish things up here. So with this, thanks all who stopped by and hung out for this. And we're gonna take a short break here because Jessie, oh, she's asleep. I was about to ask her if she needed out, but she's asleep right now. I mean, I'm sure if I get up out of my chair, I'll probably stir up. Yep, there we go. Hi! I'm sorry to wake you up. Do you need to go out? Hey, Jessie, do you need out? Yeah? Okay. Okay. Oh, achy dokie. Oh, so achy. Yeah, let's let you out. We're taking a short break and such. So thanks all who stopped by and hung out for Sly 3 shenanigans. We're gonna take a bit of a break here. So until tomorrow, I guess, when it comes to this.